The year was 2478, and humanity had spread its reach far beyond the confines of Earth, colonizing distant worlds and establishing a formidable presence throughout the galaxy. Among the stars, the United Terran Coalition, UTC, reigned supreme, its power unchallenged by any known species. At the heart of its military might were the heavy Terran tanks, HTTs, colossal machines of war that had turned the tide of countless battles. Planet Othris was a world of rugged terrain, towering mountains, and deep valleys located on the fringes of the Milky Way. It was here that the latest iteration of the HTT was to be awakened. Codenamed Behemoth, this tank was the culmination of Terran engineering and technology, designed to be an unstoppable force on the battlefield. In the depths of a secret facility carved into the heart of a mountain, the air was thick with anticipation as a team of engineers and military personnel gathered around the Behemoth. The machine towered over them, its armor plating reflecting the dim lights of the hangar, and its weapon systems dormant but imposing. Captain Elena Mirov, the designated commander of the Behemoth, stood at the forefront, her gaze locked on the machine that she would soon pilot into battle. Elena was a veteran of numerous campaigns, her tactical acumen and bravery making her a legend within the UTC. Yet, even she felt a twinge of awe in the presence of the Behemoth. "Initiate startup sequence," ordered General Armand Blake, the architect behind the HTT program. His voice echoed through the hangar, a command that set into motion the awakening of the Behemoth. Technicians at a nearby control station began the process, their fingers dancing over holographic displays. The hangar rumbled as the Behemoth's systems came online, its engines emitting a low, powerful hum that resonated through the facility. "Sensors online, weapon systems operational, shields at full capacity," reported a technician, his voice steady despite the excitement that filled the air. Elena approached the Behemoth, her magnetic boots clinking against the metal floor. She paused at the base of the access ladder, looking up at the cockpit nestled within the tank's massive frame. Taking a deep breath, she began to climb, each step bringing her closer to the heart of the machine. As Elena settled into the pilot's seat, the cockpit came alive with an array of lights and displays. She placed her hands on the control interfaces, feeling a surge of power coursing through the Behemoth. A deep connection formed between pilot and machine, a bond forged in the fires of engineering and tempered in the crucible of war. "Behemoth, this is Captain Mirov. Do you read me?" Elena spoke into the comm system, her voice calm and commanding. "Loud and clear, Captain," responded the Behemoth's AI, its voice synthesized yet imbued with a hint of personality. "All systems are go, ready for deployment at your command." Elena glanced at the assembled crew in the hangar below, their faces a mixture of pride and expectation. She knew that the Behemoth was more than just a machine. It was a symbol of Terran might and ingenuity, a beacon of hope in a galaxy filled with uncertainty. "General Blake, the Behemoth is operational. We're ready to make history," Elena declared, her words marking the beginning of a new chapter in the annals of the United Terran Coalition. As the hangar doors opened, revealing the starlit sky of Othris, the Behemoth rolled out, its engines roaring to life. The tank was a titan among machines, its presence commanding and its purpose clear. With Captain Mirov at the helm, the Behemoth set forth, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead in the vast expanse of space. Unknown to the crew of the Behemoth, their first mission would take them to the edges of known space, where ancient secrets and unforeseen dangers awaited. It was a journey that would test the limits of their courage, their loyalty, and the might of the heavy Terran tank itself. The galaxy was vast, its mysteries endless, but humanity's spirit of exploration and conquest burned brighter than the stars. The Behemoth, a rampaging titan of Terran engineering, was ready to carve its legacy into the fabric of the universe. As the Behemoth carved its path through the cold expanse of space, Captain Elena Mirov couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. The mission briefing had been cryptic, details shrouded in secrecy, with orders coming directly from the highest echelons of the United Terran Coalition. Their destination was a remote sector, recently discovered to harbor an ancient artifact of unknown origin. Elena stood before the main viewport, the stars streaking by as the behemoth traveled at faster than light speed. She turned to face her crew, a diverse team handpicked for this mission. Each member was an expert in their field, from navigation to combat, science to engineering. They were the best of the best, and their confidence in the mission's success was palpable. "Team, gather around. Let's go over the mission parameters one more time," Elena commanded, her voice resonating through the command center. The crew assembled quickly, their attention fixed on their captain. "We are heading towards the Epsilon Draconis system. Intelligence suggests that a recently discovered artifact, potentially of precursor origin, is located on a moon orbiting the third planet. Our mission is to secure and retrieve the artifact for the Coalition. The significance of this cannot be overstated. A genuine precursor artifact could advance our technology by centuries," Elena explained, her eyes scanning the faces of her crew. The mention of the precursors, a mysterious ancient civilization believed to have once dominated the galaxy, stirred a sense of wonder among the crew. Their technology was the stuff of legends, with remnants rarely found and even more rarely understood. "However," Elena continued, her tone growing serious, "we are not the only ones interested in this artifact. Signals intercepted suggest that a rival faction, the Marauders, are also en route to the Epsilon Draconis system. We must be prepared for engagement." The Marauders, a confederation of pirate clans, scavengers, and rogue states, had long been a thorn in the side of the united Terran coalition. Their sudden interest in the artifact posed a significant threat to the mission's success. The behemoth's AI, named Atlas, chimed in. "Approaching Epsilon Draconis system, dropping out of FTL in 3, 2, 1. Space around the behemoth warped back to normal as the ship emerged from faster-than-light travel, the Epsilon Draconis system sprawling out before them. The third planet, a gas giant, loomed large, its rings casting shadows on its many moons. One of these moons was their destination. Scans indicate the artifact is located within a subterranean chamber on the moon designated Epsilon Draconis 3A. The environment is harsh, but within the behemoth's operational parameters," Atlas reported, its screens displaying topographical maps and environmental data. "Prepare for atmospheric entry and ground operations. We'll land the behemoth as close to the artifact's location as possible. Expect resistance from the Marauders. Stay sharp," Elena instructed, her gaze fixed on the moon ahead. The crew sprang into action, readying the behemoth for what was to come. The tank's engines roared to life, propelling it towards the moon's surface. As they descended, the moon's rugged terrain came into view, a desolate landscape of craters and rock formations. Suddenly, sensors detected multiple incoming signals. Marauder ships, sleek and aggressive, emerged from the shadow of the moon, their weapons charging. "Contact! Marauder ships inbound. Looks like they were waiting for us," shouted Lieutenant Marco Diaz, the behemoth's gunner. Elena's eyes narrowed. "Battle stations. Let's show them what the behemoth is capable of." As the Marauder ships closed in, the behemoth's weapons systems came online, targeting lasers locking onto the enemy. What followed was a ballet of destruction, the behemoth's cannons unleashing a barrage of firepower while its armor shrugged off incoming attacks. The crew worked in perfect harmony, the behemoth a fortress amidst the chaos of battle. Elena's commands were precise, her strategies outmaneuvering the Marauders at every turn. Slowly but surely, the enemy ships began to fall, their wreckage burning against the backdrop of the moon. With the Marauders dealt with, the behemoth made its final approach, landing near the entrance to the subterranean chamber. The mission to retrieve the ancient artifact was about to begin, a journey into the unknown that would test the limits of the crew and their mighty machine. As Elena led her team into the depths of the moon, the behemoth stood guard, a silent sentinel in the cold void of space. The mysteries of the precursors awaited, hidden in the darkness, ready to reveal secrets long forgotten. The air was heavy with anticipation as Captain Elena Mirov and her select team disembarked from the behemoth, their boots crunching on the gravelly surface of Epsilon Draconis 3A. The moon was desolate, its atmosphere thin and devoid of life, with a chilling silence that seemed to swallow sound whole. Ahead of them lay the entrance to the subterranean chamber detected by their scans, a gaping maw in the moon's surface, beckoning them into the depths. The chamber's entrance was framed by towering rock formations, their shapes eerily sculpted by eons of erosion, hinting at the ancient nature of what lay beneath. Elena led the way, her suit's lights cutting through the darkness. Behind her, the team carried specialized equipment for the retrieval of the artifact, their steps measured and cautious. The passage into the moon's crust spiraled downwards, the walls smooth and unnaturally straight, suggesting that this was no natural cave but a constructed pathway. As they descended, the air grew cooler, and the passage widened into a vast cavern. The chamber was illuminated by their suit lights, revealing intricate carvings on the walls that pulsed with a faint, otherworldly glow. The carvings depicted scenes of a civilization far advanced, with beings that bore no resemblance to any known species, engaging in acts of creation and destruction on a cosmic scale. "The precursors," whispered Dr. Lena Singh, the team's xenologist, her voice filled with awe. "We found it. This is their legacy." At the chamber's center stood the artifact, a structure that defied understanding. It hovered above the ground, a mesh of geometric shapes that continuously shifted and rearranged, its surfaces reflecting the team's lights in dazzling patterns. The air around it hummed with energy, the atmosphere charged with a palpable sense of power. Elena approached the artifact, her hand hesitating inches from its surface. "Atlas, are you getting this?" she asked, her helmet's camera transmitting every detail back to the behemoth's AI for analysis. "Affirmative, Captain. Data analysis underway. Caution advised," came Atlas's reply, its voice steady yet imbued with a note of curiosity. Suddenly the artifact pulsed, its light intensifying. A beam shot out, connecting with Elena's suit. She braced for impact, but instead of harm, a flood of information streamed into her mind. Images, emotions, knowledge, flashes of the precursor's existence, their achievements, their downfall, and their legacy scattered across the stars. The connection lasted only moments, but to Elena, it felt like an eternity. When it severed, she staggered back, gasping for breath, her team rushing to her side. "Captain, are you all right?" asked Sergeant Max Torres, his voice tinged with concern. Elena nodded, still processing the overwhelming influx of information. "I'm fine. More than fine. The artifact, it communicated with me. It's not just a piece of technology, it's a repository of knowledge, a message meant to be found." The team gathered around the artifact, their mission clear. This was not merely a retrieval operation, it was a gift, a responsibility passed down by the precursors. They needed to secure the artifact and ensure its knowledge reached the United Terran Coalition, for it held the potential to shape the future of humanity. As they prepared to transport the artifact back to the behemoth, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. The galaxy was filled with secrets, and they had just scratched the surface of what the precursors left behind. The path ahead was fraught with unknowns, but with the behemoth and her crew, Elena felt ready to face whatever came their way. Back on the behemoth, the artifact secured within its hull, the crew set their course for home. The mission had been a success, but the real journey was just beginning. As the tank ship broke orbit, leaving the desolate moon behind, Elena looked out into the stars, a sense of purpose burning in her heart. The galaxy was vast, its mysteries beckoning, and the behemoth, with its crew of explorers and warriors, would journey into the unknown, carrying the legacy of the precursors and the hopes of humanity into the depths of the void. With the artifact of the precursors securely aboard, the behemoth charted its course back towards the heart of United Terran Coalition space. The journey was long, giving the crew time to reflect on their incredible discovery and what it meant for humanity. Captain Elena Mirov spent hours in her quarters, reviewing the data and the vivid memories imprinted by the artifact. The knowledge it contained was not just technological, but philosophical, offering insights into the universe that challenged the very foundations of human understanding. The artifact, however, was not the only concern that occupied Elena's thoughts. The encounter with the marauders at Epsilon Draconis III had revealed a troubling fact. They were not alone in their quest for precursor technology. The galaxy was teeming with factions, all hungry for any advantage that could tilt the balance of power in their favor. As the behemoth neared Coalition space, a distress signal caught their attention. It was weak, originating from a nearby system that housed a strategic research outpost. Elena made the decision to investigate, a detour that would lead them into a web of intrigue and unexpected alliances. Upon arrival, they found the outpost under siege by a marauder fleet, far larger and more organized than any they had encountered before. The marauders were relentless, bombarding the outpost's defenses in an attempt to breach its shields and plunder its secrets. Elena knew that engaging the marauders directly would be risky, but the potential loss of the outpost and its research was unthinkable. She devised a plan, one that required precision and the full might of the behemoth. "Sergeant Torres, prepare for a tactical insertion. Dr. Singh, I need you on sensors to guide us in. Lieutenant Diaz, those cannons better speak loudly today," Elena commanded, her voice calm but firm. The behemoth moved into position, using a nearby asteroid field for cover. With a combination of stealth and brute force, Elena intended to break the marauder siege, giving the outpost a fighting chance. As the behemoth emerged from the asteroids, its weapons unleashed a devastating barrage on the marauder fleet, catching them off guard. The outpost's defenders seized the opportunity, rallying to mount a counterattack. Together, they turned the tide, forcing the marauders into a hasty retreat. In the aftermath, Elena led a team to the outpost, where they were greeted as heroes. The outpost's commander, a seasoned scientist named Dr. Julian Kessler, expressed his gratitude. He revealed that they had been working on deciphering ancient signals, which they believed were connected to the precursors. Dr. Kessler and his team had made progress, but the marauder attack had threatened to undo their work. With the behemoth's intervention, they could continue their research, and perhaps uncover more pieces of the galactic puzzle the precursors had left behind. Elena saw an opportunity for an alliance. She shared her own encounter with the precursor artifact, proposing a collaboration between the outpost and the coalition. Together, they could explore the depths of precursor knowledge, safeguarding it from those who would misuse it. Dr. Kessler agreed, and a new partnership was formed. The behemoth would serve as a guardian and explorer, bridging the gap between the outpost's research and the coalition's resources. As the behemoth set off once again, its mission had evolved. No longer just a symbol of Terran might, it was now a beacon of discovery and diplomacy. Elena knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges. The marauders would not forget their defeat easily, and other darker forces lurked in the galaxy, drawn by the promise of precursor technology. But for now, the behemoth sailed through space, its crew united in purpose and resolve. They were pioneers on a new frontier, protectors of the legacy of a long-gone civilization, and architects of a future where humanity could thrive among the stars. The galaxy was vast, its mysteries endless, and the behemoth, with Captain Elena Mirov at the helm, was ready to face whatever came next, forging alliances and defending humanity's place in the cosmos. As the behemoth continued its voyage through the cosmos, the significance of their mission grew increasingly complex. The alliance with Dr. Julian Kessler's outpost had opened a new avenue of possibilities, and the flow of information between them had become a lifeline in understanding the precursor's legacy. Yet, with great knowledge came great scrutiny, and it wasn't long before whispers of their discoveries began to spread, attracting attention from both allies and adversaries. Captain Elena Mirov found herself navigating not just the physical dangers of space, but the intricate dance of politics and power within the United Terran Coalition. The artifact's potential to revolutionize technology and warfare made it a beacon for those with less noble aspirations. It became clear that to protect their findings, a veil of secrecy had to be maintained. Within this climate of intrigue, a message arrived for Elena, encoded with the highest security protocols. The sender was none other than Admiral Vincent Harris, head of the Coalition's Strategic Command. The message was brief, summoning her and the behemoth to a covert meeting point in the Orion Nebula. The reason was not specified, but the urgency in the message was palpable. Elena convened her senior officers to discuss the summons. "The Admiral's message doesn't give much away, but it's clear we're stepping into a larger game," she said, her eyes scanning the room. "We'll proceed with caution. Atlas, set a course for the Orion Nebula. Let's see what the Admiral wants." The journey to the Orion Nebula was uneventful, but the tension among the crew was thick. They were venturing into unknown territory, both literally and figuratively. The nebula, with its swirling clouds of gas and dust, provided a perfect backdrop for clandestine meetings, its beauty belying the dangers it concealed. Upon their arrival, they were greeted by the sight of the UTS Valiant, Admiral Harris's flagship, looming in the shadows of the nebula. The behemoth docked with the Valiant, and Elena, along with Dr. Lena Singh and Sergeant Max Torres, were ushered into the Admiral's quarters. Admiral Harris was a stern man, his face weathered by years of command. "Captain Mirov," he began, his voice grave, "your discovery has the potential to shift the balance of power in our favor. However, it also makes you a target. There are factions within the coalition who would exploit this technology for their own gain, not to mention the external threats." He paused, letting his words sink in. "I've called you here to propose a partnership. With your field expertise and our resources, we can safeguard the artifact and continue its study. But you and your crew must operate under the utmost discretion. Are you willing to accept this responsibility?" Elena exchanged a glance with her officers before responding. "Admiral, we understand the stakes. We're committed to protecting the artifact and its secrets. You have our cooperation." The meeting concluded with plans for a joint task force, operating in the shadows, dedicated to the protection and study of precursor artifacts. The behemoth would be at the forefront of this initiative, backed by the full might of the Coalition's fleet. As Elena and her team returned to the behemoth, a new sense of purpose filled them. They were no longer just explorers. They were guardians of a legacy that could shape the future of humanity. The road ahead would be fraught with peril, from shadowy political machinations to the ever-present threat of the marauders and other unknown enemies. But the crew of the behemoth was ready. Under Elena's leadership, they would navigate the challenges of their mission, safeguarding the knowledge of the precursors for the benefit of all humanity. The nebula's clouds watched silently as the behemoth departed, its engines igniting a path through the darkness. Ahead lay uncharted territories, rife with danger and discovery. Yet amidst the uncertainty, one thing was clear. The journey of the behemoth and its crew was far from over. The return journey to United Terran Coalition space was marked by a palpable tension aboard the behemoth. Captain Elena Mirov and her crew had ventured beyond the known, touching the very fabric of the cosmos through the precursor artifact. Now, as the stars familiar to human eyes began to reappear, the weight of their discovery and the responsibility it carried loomed large. Elena spent long hours in the command deck, poring over the data collected from the artifact and the enigmatic structure in the Karabos void. The potential to unlock faster-than-light travel, to bridge the vast distances between stars, was within their grasp, but so too was the risk of unleashing forces they could scarcely comprehend. As the behemoth docked at the Coalition's Deep Space Command, a flurry of activity greeted them. The artifact's presence was a beacon that could not be ignored, drawing interest from across human space. Scientists, military strategists, and political leaders all sought to understand and in some cases control the power the behemoth had uncovered. Admiral Vincent Harris was the first to meet Elena as she disembarked, his expression a mixture of awe and concern. "Captain Mirov, your discovery has the potential to change everything," he said, leading her to a secure briefing room. "But with great power comes great danger. There are those within the Coalition and beyond who would use this technology for their own ends." The meeting that followed was tense. Elena presented her findings, emphasizing the need for caution and further study. The artifact was not just a tool, it was a legacy of a civilization that had spanned the galaxy, yet vanished without a trace. Their technology held the promise of unity and progress, but also the peril of hubris and destruction. The decision was made to form a classified research group, with the behemoth and its crew at the core. Their mission would be to unlock the secrets of the artifact, to understand its technology and to explore the structures it was connected to, while keeping their existence hidden from those who would exploit them. As the weeks passed, the behemoth became a hub of activity. Teams of scientists and engineers worked around the clock, deciphering the complex algorithms and energy patterns of the artifact. Slowly, they began to unlock its secrets, revealing not just a method of traversing vast distances, but a network of precursor constructs, scattered across the galaxy like breadcrumbs leading to an unknown destination. Elena watched the progress with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Each discovery brought them closer to understanding the precursors, but also deeper into uncharted territory. The artifact was a map, but to where? And why had the precursors, with all their advancements, disappeared? The breakthrough came unexpectedly. A junior engineer poring over the artifact's energy emissions noticed a pattern, a harmonic frequency that matched no known natural phenomenon. When they adjusted the behemoth's sensors to this frequency, a picture began to emerge of the galaxy, crisscrossed by invisible lines of force, converging at points where the precursor structures were located. It's a network, Elena realized, staring at the holographic display. A galaxy-spanning network, and the artifact, it's the key. The revelation was profound. The behemoth, now a shadow operative in the vast political and cosmic theater, found itself on a course toward the fringes of known space, where the fabric of reality seemed to thin. The mission, cloaked in layers of secrecy, was to investigate a series of anomalous signals that had been intercepted by Coalition deep space sensors. These signals, imbued with the unmistakable markers of precursor origin, hinted at the existence of a structure or device that transcended current understanding of physics and time. Captain Elena Mirov, alongside her trusted crew and the added expertise of Admiral Harris's specialists, approached the source of the anomalies with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. The coordinates led them to a region known as the Karabos Void, a vast expanse where stars were scarce and the darkness profound. As the behemoth edged closer, the fabric of space began to shimmer, revealing a structure that defied description. It was as if the precursors had fashioned a keyhole into the universe itself, its design complex, its purpose unfathomable. The structure pulsed with energy, its core emitting waves of power that resonated with the behemoth's precursor artifact. The device, it's reacting to the structure, Dr. Lena Singh observed, monitoring the artifact's behavior closely. It's as if they're communicating, or perhaps unlocking something. Elena considered their options. To engage with an unknown precursor device of such magnitude was a risk, yet the potential for discovery, for unlocking new realms of knowledge and possibility, was impossible to ignore. Prepare for a controlled interaction. Deploy the artifact in a containment field. Let's see if we can initiate a controlled response, Elena ordered, her voice steady, betraying none of her inner turmoil. The operation was delicate, requiring precision and the utmost caution. The artifact, encased in a protective field, was maneuvered towards the structure. As it approached, the air around the behemoth crackled with energy, and a bridge of light formed between the artifact and the structure. Then silence. For a moment, the universe seemed to hold its breath. And then, without warning, the structure activated, its light blinding, its energy washing over the behemoth in waves. The crew braced themselves, but instead of destruction, they were met with visions. Each member of the crew experienced flashes of insight, glimpses of precursor civilization, their achievements, their struggles, and ultimately their disappearance. They saw the web of fate, of connections that bound all life in the cosmos, and the role humanity now played in this grand tapestry. As the visions faded, the structure dimmed, its energy subsiding. The artifact returned to the behemoth, unchanged yet somehow different, as if imbued with a deeper purpose. In the aftermath, Elena and her crew were left to ponder the meaning of what they had witnessed. The structure in the Karabos Void was a beacon, a testament to the precursors' understanding of the cosmos and their place within it. "This changes everything," Elena murmured, gazing into the void. "Our understanding of the universe, our place in it. The precursors have shown us a path, but it's up to us to walk it." The mission had taken an unexpected turn, transforming from a quest for knowledge into a journey of understanding. The behemoth, once a mere vessel of exploration and power, had become a carrier of legacy. Tasked with unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos and guiding humanity toward a future intertwined with the destinies of long-gone civilizations. As the Behemoth set its course back towards Coalition space, its crew knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges. Yet armed with the knowledge and insights bestowed upon them, they faced the future with newfound determination. The echoes of fate, resonating from the depths of the Karabos void, would guide them forward into the unknown towards a destiny that was theirs to shape. The revelation at the Karabos void had altered the course of the Behemoth's journey in ways Captain Elena Mirov and her crew could scarcely have imagined. They were no longer mere explorers or warriors. They had become custodians of a legacy that intertwined the fate of humanity with the echoes of the precursors. With the insights gained from the precursor structure, the mission's focus shifted towards understanding the broader implications of their discoveries on human civilization and the galaxy at large. Upon their return to Coalition space, the Behemoth and its crew were met with a flurry of activity. News of their encounter with the precursor structure had spread, albeit in hushed tones, through the highest echelons of the United Terran Coalition. Elena was summoned to a meeting with the Coalition's Council, a rare event for someone of her rank, underscoring the gravity of their situation. The council chamber was vast, its walls adorned with the banners of the Coalition's founding worlds. The councilors, representatives of humanity's diverse interests and planets, awaited Elena's testimony with a palpable sense of urgency. "Captain Mirov," began Councillor Thane, the head of the council, "your discoveries represent a pivotal moment in our history. The knowledge and potential you've uncovered could either elevate us to new heights or plunge us into chaos. We must tread carefully." Elena stood firm, her resolve strengthened by her experiences. "Councilors, the precursors left us a map, not just of the stars, but of the potential paths we can take as a species. The structure in the Karabos void was a message, a call to unite and explore the mysteries of the universe together." Her words resonated with the councilors, sparking a debate on the future course of the Coalition. Ideas and propositions filled the chamber, ranging from the expansion of exploration programs to the formation of a unified scientific initiative dedicated to the study of precursor technology. Amidst the discussions, Elena proposed the formation of a new body within the Coalition, the Precursor Legacy Initiative, PLI, a multidisciplinary organization tasked with exploring, studying, and safeguarding the knowledge and technology left behind by the precursors. The initiative would operate with transparency, promoting unity and cooperation across the Coalition's diverse worlds. The proposal was ambitious, and Elena knew it. Yet, as the councilors deliberated, a consensus began to emerge. The potential benefits of the PLI, coupled with the imperative to manage and protect such powerful knowledge responsibly, outweighed the risks. The Council's decision was unanimous. The Precursor Legacy Initiative would be established, with Elena appointed as its inaugural director. Her first-hand experience with the precursor technology, along with her leadership and vision, made her the ideal candidate to guide humanity on this new path. As Elena exited the council chamber, a mix of emotions washed over her. The weight of her new responsibilities was daunting, yet she felt a profound sense of purpose. The Behemoth, too, would play a crucial role in the PLI, serving as a flagship for exploration and discovery. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of activity. The establishment of the PLI brought together scientists, engineers, diplomats, and military personnel from across the Coalition, united by a common goal. The Behemoth was refitted and expanded, incorporating new labs and research facilities to support its mission. As the Behemoth prepared to embark on its first mission under the banner of the PLI, Elena addressed her crew, her voice brimming with optimism. "We stand at the threshold of a new era. Our journey with the Behemoth has shown us the vast potential of what we can achieve when we come together. The Precursor's legacy is not just a gift, it's a challenge to rise above our differences and embrace our shared destiny among the stars." With the Precursor Legacy Initiative as their guide, the Behemoth and its crew set out once again into the vast unknown. Their mission had evolved, but their commitment to discovery, unity, and the protection of humanity's future remained unwavering. The threads of unity, woven from the legacy of the precursors, stretched out before them, leading humanity towards a new horizon, where the mysteries of the past would light the way to a brighter future. With the establishment of the Precursor Legacy Initiative, PLI, and the behemoth at the helm of this new era, Captain Elena Mirov felt the weight and promise of their expanded mission. As the behemoth ventured forth, charting a course to the unexplored reaches where signals of precursor origin had been detected, the crew was not just exploring the galaxy, they were mapping the future of humanity. The first destination under the PLI's banner was a distant system where anomalies in the fabric of space-time suggested the presence of another precursor construct. Unlike the structure in the Karabos Void, initial scans indicated this construct was not just a repository of knowledge, but possibly a gateway, a device capable of traversing the vast distances of space in ways humanity could only dream. As the behemoth approached the system, the excitement among the crew was palpable. Dr. Lena Singh and her team of scientists prepared their instruments to analyze the construct, while Sergeant Max Torres and the security detail readied for any unforeseen threats. The galaxy was watching, and the success of their mission would shape the future of the PLI and humanity's place in the cosmos. The construct emerged from the darkness of space like a beacon, its structure sprawling and intricate, orbiting a dead star. Its design was unlike anything the crew had seen, a complex network of nodes and pathways, glowing with energy and pulsing in a rhythm that suggested life, a heartbeat in the void. Elena ordered a cautious approach, mindful of the unknown capabilities of the construct. "Let's not repeat our past mistakes. We proceed with respect and caution," she reminded her crew, her voice a steady beacon in the vast uncertainty of space. As they drew closer, the construct reacted, its glow intensifying. A pathway opened, inviting the behemoth in. It was a moment of decision, to cross a threshold into the unknown. Elena gave the order, and the behemoth moved forward, passing into the construct. Inside, the laws of physics seemed altered. Space stretched and folded around them, revealing vistas beyond their comprehension. The crew was silent, awestruck by the display of power and technology far beyond humanity's reach. Then, without warning, the construct transported the behemoth across the galaxy to a sector uncharted and unknown. The journey, instantaneous and disorienting, left the crew scrambling to understand what had happened. They found themselves in the presence of another artifact, this one clearly a gateway, its structure anchored between two celestial bodies, a bridge across the stars. The realization dawned on Elena and her crew that the precursors had not just mastered technology, but had woven the very fabric of space to their will. This changes everything," Dr. Singh murmured, her eyes wide with wonder. "We're not just looking at a means of travel. This is a network, a way to connect the galaxy." The implications were staggering. With such technology, distances that once took years to traverse could be crossed in moments. The potential for exploration, for unifying the galaxy was boundless, but so too were the dangers. In the wrong hands, it could become a weapon of unimaginable power. Elena gathered her crew, their faces lit by the glow of the gateway. "We stand at the edge of a new frontier, not just of space, but of understanding. We have a responsibility to use this knowledge wisely, to ensure it serves as a bridge, not a divide. The PLI, our coalition, must be the stewards of this legacy." The mission's success was broadcast across the coalition, igniting a fire of excitement and hope. The discovery of the Precursor Gateway Network promised a future where the stars were within reach, where the galaxy could come together as one. But with great power came great responsibility. Elena knew the path ahead would be fraught with challenges. There would be those who sought to control or destroy what they could not understand. The behemoth and the PLI would need to navigate these waters carefully, ensuring that the legacy of the precursors served as a foundation for unity, not a catalyst for conflict. As the behemoth prepared to return, to share their findings and plan for the future, Elena looked out into the stars, a vast tapestry of light and darkness. They had pulled a thread in the loom of destiny, weaving a new pattern for humanity. The journey ahead was uncertain, but for the first time, the stars felt a little closer, a little more like home,